Maybe you from the 1970s, when the Los Angeles Rams was known as the Prison Foursome because of that defensive line. Or maybe you in the city of St. Louis, the gateway to the Midwest, where the greatest show on turf brought home the first ever Super Bowl championship. Or maybe you in the here and now, with the Rams back in LA, winners of Super Bowl 56. It doesn't matter, because when it comes to this, it's all about the Los Angeles Rams. Horns up, Rams South. Time to talk Rams football.
And it's a good day, ladies and gentlemen. January 15, 2026. How y'all doing today? The playmaker down there, Silence in the building. Thank you for tuning into Ramley Talk on this day. If you're watching on the Playmakers Network YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you can catch everything that's Rams, like this your Ramley Talk here, or if you're a basketball fan, shooting lights out, or if you love college football, bearing down the gridiron and catch some of the other videos that we do on the Playmakers Network YouTube page. If you're watching on my personal LinkedIn page, go ahead, hit connect with me on LinkedIn, and then slide over to the Playmakers Network YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button, have a notification bell. If you are those who love listening to the podcast version of Ramley Talk, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, and everywhere else you can find podcasts at. Depends on what platform you like. Just go type in Ramley Talk, subscribe to it on that very platform. You can listen to Ramley Talk on the go. You don't have to worry about watching the video. You can just listen to me as you're probably working or working out, doing some exercising, lifting weights. Or maybe you in the kitchen cooking some food up or doing some cleaning. You got me. It doesn't matter. As long as you listen to Ramley Talk, I greatly appreciate it. I appreciate all the support that we have done thus far through these 6 seasons that we have done through Ramley Talk. It's been fun. So now that I got all the pleasantries out the way, it's time to talk Rams playoff football, and we begin in Charlotte, North Carolina. It was the NFC Wildcard Round. It was the Rams going back to Charlotte to face off against the Panthers, a rematch from Week 13, where the Panthers beat the Rams by a field goal. And thus, we return the favor. 34 Rams, 31 Carolina. Rams move on to the divisional round. Started off very well, up 14-0. It looked like we finna run these boys out of their own building, Bank of American Stadium in Charlotte, North Carolina. And then the Panthers started catching their stride, and defense started blowing coverage. Offense started going 3 and out. And now all of a sudden, we are in a back and forth affair to the point where Matthew Stafford, despite hurting his hand earlier in the game, the throwing hand, throws a perfect ball to Kobe Parkinson for the go-ahead touchdown. The Rams get the much-needed stop on 4 downs against the Carolina Panthers. Thus, the Rams win 34-31 to move on to the divisional round. And that is how Wildcard Weekend kicked off. We kicked off Wildcard Weekend. Bears beat the Packers. We'll get into that later. We had the Buffalo Bills beat the Jaguars. You had the San Francisco 49ers beat the Philadelphia Eagles. And then you had the New England Patriots destroy the LA Chargers. And then you had the Houston Texans with a fourth quarter barrage dismantled the Pittsburgh Steelers. By the way, shout out to Mike Tomlin. Great job for coaching for 19 years in the city of Pittsburgh. Much appreciation to you. Love to see what you do in the future. It sounds like you're going to TV. Would love to hear you on TV. But that's a throw that sidebar out there. Shout out to Mike Tomlin. But yes, the Rams won. Am I happy with the Rams' performance against the Carolina Panthers? No, I'm not happy. I'm not pleased whatsoever. But I'll take it because it is the postseason. And the postseason, survive and advance is the name of the game. Because if you don't survive, you go home. We survived the Carolina Panthers. We move on. Here are your statistics from this game. To start for the Rams side, Matthew Stafford, 24 for 42, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception, 304 passing yards. Kerryon Williams did not have a productive run again like he did the last time he faced the Panthers. 13 carry, 57 yards. Puka Nacua, who started off the game very hot, rushing touchdown, passing, receiving touchdown, 10 catches, 111 yards to go with that one touchdown. On the other side, Bryce Young, 21 for 41, touchdown, one interception, threw for 264. Chuba Herbert, who got most of the carries, not Rico Dowdle, which was the surprising part from the Carolina Panthers. They was leaning on Chuba Herbert instead of Rico Dowdle, but 13 carries, 46 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Jalen Croker, 9 catches, 134 yards, and a touchdown. So, no, it was not a pleasing performance from the Rams. Started off that way. But then we found ourselves in a nail bite. So it was not a pleasing performance from the Los Angeles Rams, but we'll take it. And we'll take it because, as I said earlier, it's the postseason. The name of the game is Survive and Advance. So that's what we did. Didn't like how we had to do it, but we got the job done. That was matters. We got the job done. So we move on to the divisional round. We are moving on. That's all that is to it. Don't get upset. Don't get mad. It was not a eye-pleasing performance, but we move on. We are into the next round. Carolina, they get to stay home and pat their bags and go on vacation. The Rams, we get to move forward. So, with that being said, let's take our long commercial break here because I didn't do one last week. I need to do one this week. Take our long commercial break. It will not be long whatsoever. Will not be long. And then when we come back, we will dive into what's coming next week. We'll be back.
Whether it's the men's college game,
The way that this season has been going, anything is possible.
the women's college game,
And how passionate Angel Reese was at that press conference, they got their mojo now.
the WNBA,
AJ Wilson on Twitter 1 and 2, followed by Brittany Griner, Aaliyah Boston, Jackie Young.
or the NBA.
The Lakers had a 0.8 chance of winning. And then what happened in the fourth quarter? LeBron James by himself outdid the Clippers.
You will get any and all of the information right at your fingertips or your earlobes. Join the Playmaker as he breaks down all things basketball in Shooting Lights Out on the Playmakers blog, network, YouTube channel, and where you can find podcasts.
And welcome back to Remy Talk here on this Thursday, January 15, 2026. We went over the Wildcard Round when the Rams beating the Panthers. Not a pleasing performance, but it's surviving advance. That's the name of the game. Now we move on to the Divisional Round. Into the Divisional Round, it's the Chicago Bears. Now, before we preview this game, let's go back to what the Bears did last week against their arch rival, the Green Bay Packers. 31 Bears, 27 Packers. And a surprising 18-point comeback win for the Chicago Bears. They was down 21-3 at halftime. 21-3 at halftime. The Packers looked like they was on their way to a nice stroll victory in the Soldier Field in the most hostile territory of their own. They strolled through and walking out with a victorious victory. Jordan Love was looking fantastic in the first half. Caleb Williams was struggling in his first playoff game. But was not meant to be. 25 assists in the fourth quarter. And the crazy thing is the Packers led 21-6 going into the fourth quarter. You got outscored by 19 points in the fourth quarter. How does that happen? I have no idea. But that brings up question about Matt LaFleur and the Green Bay Packers, but that's not us. Let's get to the stats here. Jordan Love, 24 for 46, 323 through the air, 4 touchdowns. You had Josh Jacobs, 19 carries, 55 yards. Romeo Dobbs led the receiving core for the Packers, 124 yards receiving with a touchdown. Caleb Williams, in his first playoff game, 24 for 48, 50%. 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, 1 for 1. DeAndre Swift, 13 carries, 54 yards on the touchdown. Colston Loveland from Michigan, 8 catches, 137 yards. The Chicago Bears should not have won this game, but they did. In comeback fashion in Soldier Field against your biggest rival in football, the Green Bay Packers. They are on a high. They have been the cardiac bears for like the late part of the season. They just come back and win games. They just do. They did it against Philly. They did it against Green Bay early in the season. They did it against, I forgot who else. They just like coming back. And that's the interesting part, because the Chicago Bears, they just want to come back and win games. Come back and win games. Come back and win games. Now you have a different beast in front of you. You have the Los Angeles Rams, who has the best clutch quarterback in the game in Matthew Stafford. This game will be Sunday. This is the closer of Divisional Round. We open Wildcard Weekend. We close Divisional Round. This game is 6:30. It'll be on NBC/Peacock. That means we get Mike Tirico and Chris Collinsworth calling this game. It's an interesting way that DraftKings is looking at this game, because the Rams they opened up at 4.5 favorite. Now it's 3.5 point favorites. That's the Rams on the road team. This game is Sunday, 6:30. The temperature prediction that I saw is 19 degrees and snow. So look, that Rams for the second consecutive postseason will be involved in the exact same round, the divisional round, will be involved in a snow game. Last year, those of you who remember, we went up against Philly in the snow, and we pretty much lost that game because of Jalen Carter. Because I simply forgot to block Jalen Carter, and then he had a free shot at Matthew Stafford. Otherwise, we probably beat Philly. We go on to face Kansas City down in New Orleans, and we might be beating up on Kansas City instead of the Philadelphia Eagles. But hey, neither here nor there. But hey, by the way, it was a great experience for me to be down there in New Orleans for Super Bowl week. Can't wait to do it again sometime in the future. Maybe next year, because the Super Bowl is in LA. It'll be great if they have the Rams. I want the Rams to win this one. Just to get this out the way. I want the Rams to win this Super Bowl, even though it's in Santa Clara. I want them to win this one. But it'll be great. If I can make that happen, a trip to LA for Super Bowl weekend, the Rams are in there, that would be magnificent for me. But on to 2026 playoffs, 2025 season. We have not done very well. I think I looked it up last night. The last time the Rams won at Soldier Field was in 2003, if I remember correctly. I mean, we don't go there that often, but it's been a struggle, you know. Last time we went there was last season, where we actually had the Bears right where we wanted them, and then Sean McVay decided to gamble one too many times and not depend on the running game, and then the Chicago Bears were led by Caleb Williams beat us, and Caleb Williams was not great that game. So here we go. We're in Soldier Field, the closer of the Divisional Round, 6:30 p.m. prime time, NBC. Matthew Stafford, you're the man. Caleb Williams is he getting his first taste of the playoffs. He got past the Green Bay Packers. Now he on us. We have to win this game. There's no way around it. You win this game, you win the NFC Championship game, and you either facing the Seattle Seahawks or the San Francisco 49ers. So either way, if the Rams can win Sunday night, the NFC Championship game will be a battle between the NFC West contenders. But if it's Rams Seahawks, 49er Rams. Because if it's Rams Seahawks, that means the Seahawks won and the game will be in Seattle. If the 49ers win and the Rams beat the Bears, that means the NFC Championship game will be in SoFi Stadium, a rematch of the 2021 NFC Championship game where the Rams had to get over their demons of the 49ers to get to that Super Bowl and beat the Cincinnati Bengals to win that Super Bowl. But yeah, all contends upon the Rams. You are the better team. By the way, Matthew Stafford, Sean McVay, that's geniuses that y'all are. The Chicago Bears are one of the top teams in forcing turnovers. They're one of the top teams in takeaways. If you take care of the ball, you don't turn the ball over, Caleb Williams has no shot at beating the Rams. I guarantee you. I'm doing a Charles Barkley. I guarantee the Rams don't turn the ball over, they will beat the Bears with no problem. If you win the turnover battle against Chicago, you is not losing this game. You're not losing this game. Because that's how the Bears been winning their games. Turnovers. Missed opportunities by the opponents. If Sean McVay, Matthew Stafford, and that offense cross all their I's and they cross all their T's and dot all their I's, there is no chance In God's green earth, Chicago can beat the Rams. There's not a chance. Chris Shula, I hear your name getting thrown around as for coaching jobs, head coaching jobs, but guess what? You have a job to do, sir. Your job is to make sure Caleb Williams' life is hell Sunday night. You got to make sure that Brian Young and Kobe Turner and Panunu Ford and Brandon Fitz and Gerald Bird, they make Caleb Williams' life hell. Now, we don't have Akila Witherspoon for the rest of the season. He re-aggravated that shoulder. That would be it for him. So Emmanuel Fords, Darius Williams, Kobe Durant, Cam Kitchens on the safety side, Cam Curl on the other side. My secondary, get it together. Get it together. You let the Carolina Panthers make y'all look stupid. Absolutely stupid. That's why the game was so freaking close that it was. Secondary, get y'all act together. Linebackers, I've been playing some good football. I like my linebackers. Landman's been doing good. Omar Spates has been playing well. I like my line. My linebackers have been playing some good football. My linebackers playing some good football. My D-line, you have not been getting the quarterback like you used to. You was getting the pressure on. And then all of a sudden you couldn't get the pressure on him when he started picking the defense apart. So I need my front four to get after Caleb Williams. Contain him because he does like to run outside the pocket. So contain him. Do not overrush your lanes. Gap integrity in the run game. Okay. And the secondary, get y'all act together because y'all the problem. Y'all are the problem of the defense. It's the secondary. Offensive side, Sean McVay, Matthew Stafford. This is nothing new to y'all. Y'all been here before. But make sure we develop a running game. We got two-headed monsters just like Chicago does. Kerryon Williams and Blake Corn. Let's make sure we utilize our running game. We know the pass game is going to be there. You got Puka on one side. You got Devontae Adams on the other side. Then Montfield, he come in. He made some couple of key plays. Then you have tight ends. Tyler Higbee, Cody Parkinson, Davis Allen, Terrence Ferguson. We have tight ends. Use them. We can march down the field and score on Chicago Bears. Because Chicago Bears depend on turnovers. They depend on mistakes. That's what their defense depend on. If you don't make mistakes, you can drive down the field, run the clock, and just suffocate the Chicago Bears and make Caleb Williams play hero ball. And he's not going to win playing hero ball. It's quite simple. Special teams has been better. You made the switch to kicker. Great job. Punt team has been good. So we had the ingredients to go in the Soldier Field, beat the Chicago Bears, and get to the NFC Championship game. And guess what? If you win this, you don't have to worry about traveling to the East Coast ever again for the rest of the season. You beat Chicago, either you're going to Seattle, which is the Pacific Northwest, or you're going home for the NFC Championship game. And guess what? If you get past the NFC Championship game, you're just going right up the road to Santa Clara for the Super Bowl. So if you beat Chicago, you stay on the West Coast for the NFC Championship game and the Super Bowl. Come on. That's it. That's all you got to do. That is all you have to do. You beat Chicago, you fly back out west, and you stay out west. You don't have to worry about long travels anymore. You don't have to worry about it. So let's go, Rams. Let's get it done. All right? Let's get it done. We can do this. Okay? Let's go ahead and get this another Super Bowl from Matthew Stafford. Let's get another Super Bowl from Sean McVay. Let's get it done because we got the team to do it. And then we can think about next year when the Super Bowl is back in LA. But for now, get past Chicago, get past Caleb Williams, and get back to the West Coast for the rest of the playoffs. All right? And that will do it for this episode of Random Talk. Thank you for tuning in. Thank y'all for watching. YouTube channel, the Playmakers Network. Subscribe and hit that notification bell. Remember on the podcast version, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, and whatever else you can listen to your podcast. Is it? Let's go. Horns up, Rams house. Let's get this dub in Chicago. And let's go to the NFC Championship game. Deuces.